To be honest, I'm good.
Okay, so for my ingredients, I have black beans, of course. I cooked mine fresh, as you saw. You can also use canned ones. I just decided, since my aunt gave us some beans fresh from her garden, that I would go ahead and use those. I also use chicken stock, but you can also swap that out for veggie if you are not a meat eater at all. Fire roasted tomatoes, diced tomatoes. I got those in the can because I'm not fire roasting any tomatoes, not yet. Some fresh garlic. You can use a pre-minced garlic. I do mince mine fresh because I just love the flavor of fresh garlic. Olive oil, Worcestershire, cumin and oregano, seasoning salt, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, half an onion, a yellow onion, 1 bay leaf, and I use bell peppers. Now, I didn't choose these in any particular order, the bell pepper colors. I just like harvest colors, and this is my favorite one of my favorite fall dishes, so that's what I went with. So these are the fresh black beans from my aunt. I didn't even use all of them because I used it for another dish as well. But you just go ahead, rinse off the black beans. So I rinse them off, and then once I rinse it off and pour off that water, I go ahead and put more water on them, soak them, and I keep them soaking overnight. In that water, I actually had to add more water to it at some point in the evening when they expanded. And once that expansion took place, you're not seeing the filming of that, but I did boil them in that water plus a little bit more water. I boiled them for about an hour until they were soft. And then you could freeze them and use them later, as I did. And now I am going to saute all the veggies that I chopped up. So I always start with olive oil, and then I will add the onions and the garlic and the peppers. So once done sauteing the veggies in that oil, I went ahead and added that cup of chicken stock. Let that simmer, mix that up and let that simmer. And then once that started simmering, I went ahead and added the black beans to the pot. And after adding the black beans, I went ahead and added the fire roasted tomatoes to the pot and mixed that in. And now pretty much all the bulk of the ingredients are in there. Now it's time for the spices. So I tasted it and it needed a little something, so I went ahead and of course added my favorite adobo. And it needed a little kick because I did not add cayenne because I was sharing this with my cousin and he is super think, has an issue with pepper. So I just add a little bit of Louisiana hot sauce to it just for me to give it a little extra zoom, 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 zoom. So now that it has simmered and is cooking and melding, I'm going to go ahead and take that bay leaf out because I am about to use an immersion blender and blend some of the beans so the soup can thicken a bit. So it's my favorite tool in the kitchen. It's so neat. Sorry for the fog, trying to refocus the camera. But it was hot. I turned off the stove and just used my blender here to mix up some of the beans so it can get a little bit thicker and heartier.
I hope that it will help you to do a better job.
Can y'all tell how distracted I was that day? I forgot my corn, child. Forgot it in the freezer. So I bought some already frozen corn and I forgot to put it out. Forgot to put it on the counter with all my other ingredients. So that was a last minute add, but it was frozen so it didn't take long to cook. It was still simmering and melting up the flavors. So that's the final product, my black bean soup. It's one of my fall favorites. And I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you try that recipe, and you can adjust it to the ingredients you prefer, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, like meat, don't like meat, and let me know how it turns out. Thank you.